Yeah, after like I said it in the pod after the Champions Cup final, when he stood back, he is as clutch as it gets, whether it's on the golf course or kicking off tee. He just has that in him, and that's why I was shocked in the final because he doesn't miss usually. It's kind of like he nearly had too much time. So I'm just delighted for him that he got the big moment again because sometimes you have to wait a long time and sometimes you never get the opportunity again to put the team on your back and have a big moment and have everyone looking at you. So just delighted for him that he got the opportunity so quickly after to write history and at least now it gives him so much confidence going forward that he knows in the big moment that he can do it, and it's not going to affect him in a way that you'll always have that bit of negativity in your mind if the last big moment you had was a missed drop goal in the Champions Cup final. So yeah, well, I can't say I was surprised that it did go over because, as I said, I've seen him come clutch plenty of times, and it was just how he reacted to the first error in the game. Where he at least he's trying stuff, and that's what you love to see. If the kicks the ball out in the full, and you're thinking, oh, we'd have passed into touch and the kick out in the full, and you're just thinking this game slipping away from them here. But yeah, had the balls off that. It was a lovely outside break, a grubber in behind to give Ireland the momentum, an opportunity to get a line out in South Africa territory. Like that was the first bit of balls, like if that's a shit kick and South Africa get the ball back at 1 minute, they're just going to hold on to it and game's over. So and everyone then is this lad doesn't know how to manage a game. He is the worst. This is two big games in a row now. He's blown up. But this is even before he gets the opportunity to kick the drop goal. So he had two big moments in that last minute where he was the right side of fate with a very low percentage play, but needed to do it to win the game and needed to be brave enough to try it. So yeah, it's a predicament for him now of kind of like, yeah, where does it leave him in terms of provincial and how does that all unfold? And it's a mess.
When you say he comes up clutch, even on the golf course, things like that, is it just a temperament thing with him?
Yeah, I think for me anyway, lads who are clutch, it's what one it's enjoying that moment, it's putting yourself in that moment enough and performing in it. But having the mindset to not be afraid to hit a winner and to actually revel in competition and always like wanting to compete over everything, whether it's a game of darts or a game whatever, and putting pressure on themselves to perform in that little moment to win. And he's just never seems to be phased. Johnny was exactly the same. Just loved being there for that moment and given the opportunity for that moment. And in fairness to Frawls, Ross Byrne, I'd say as well, is very clutch. But the two of them in Leinster, out of people I've played with, have just loved that kind of moment. Standing over a 5-footer in golf or a kick to win a big Test match or European Cup game, and both of them seem to just relish in it.
Bert, you said in your column that seeing Frawley do this away from home in a Test match makes a mockery of his limited time at 10 for Leinster late in the season. And you credited Andy Farrell for taking that chance, if you like, or just giving him that opportunity. But how does it play out now next season when you've done what Frawley has just done? Like, do you go back to Leinster and say, like, listen, I'm the guy, like, just give me a shot at 10? Or are you kind of back in the queue, waiting your turn, waiting for a turn that might not come at all?
Yeah, I think, look, Farrell has been quite clear that he can't force provincial coaches to do anything. So I think he can have those conversations. Look, from an Irish point of view, we need Frawley to be getting game time at 10. Like when you look at what's happening around the other provinces, you look at the fact that Farrell picked Prendergast and Frawley to go on this tour You know, it's pretty clear that he sees both of them as being, you know, in the depth chart to replace Crowley if anything happens to him. Now, and just on Crowley, I thought Crowley had an unbelievably good game. Frawley's the one who's going to get a lot of credit, and rightly so. But I thought how Crowley managed the game. I thought his range of kicking game was excellent, the balance to which he played. So we're very lucky now. I mean, that's he had played a big role in helping Ireland win a test match away from home as well. But I suppose the backup to him, I think, has to be Frawley. And this isn't just because he got a drop goal. I mean, we've been saying this for the last year, that anytime he's got a chance at 10, he's looked really comfortable. And I think he'll get even better if he got some regular game time there. I mean, I don't think he's the perfect 10 yet, but it couldn't be because he's jumping around, playing different positions, or not playing. And I think he needs to take. Look, you would have to imagine that Leinster, if they haven't done the review yet, when they do the review, they're going to identify the fact that they need to have a look at that position. And you would have to imagine that he must have a chance of getting some game time early in the year. But if not, I think he needs to take control of himself and actually, you know, knock on the door and say, look, I want to play 10. I want to play 10 because playing 10 is the fastest track for him to playing for Ireland. Also, I think at the moment it's probably Leinster's best chance of winning silverware. Is for him to get some serious time at 10, and Ross and Harry and Sam can all react to that and you know, show that they're better than him. But I just don't think it served Frawley well, you know, getting little minutes here and there at 10, when I think he's shown enough that he could be the player for both Ireland and Leinster. And if he's not, he's not. But let him have a chance of playing 5 or 6 games over a reasonably short period where he's in that shirt. Because if he doesn't, I feel that he's just going to waste another couple of years being that Swiss Army knife where he fills in. And I don't think he's wasted his career, but it's a waste for the provinces and for potentially Ireland not giving him more minutes in that position.